Hey y'all, hey, it's your sugar here, and yes, I made it. It's Wednesday night. It's after 8, and I know the date said 7:30. We have a date on Wednesday nights, but the sugar's been really, 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 really in demand out here in the sugarverse. Okay, so I gotta fight for my time so I can meet up with you guys. So hey, you guys, it's uh me, Natalie Shugar Brown, and this is my platform where I talk about women's boxing, all types of, or all aspects of women's boxing. This is not one of those hoity-toity, I know the numbers and specs or whatever uh, type platforms. This is, I mean, we do get into that. My guys know their stuff, okay? But uh, we're having these conversations. So you all out there in the cyber, in the internet, can feel more comfortable about having these conversations about women behaving badly, right? That's really what the women's boxing industry is. We haven't, at this point, been making enough dough, or our purses haven't been filled enough for it to be anything but a labor of love, okay, for the majority of us. But yes, we love to behave badly, we're good at it. A lot of us are much better than some of us, and of course, there are celebrity women or women who have reached celebrity status while behaving badly, while professionally boxing. But that doesn't mean that the rest of us don't exist, and it doesn't mean that there's not a world that's happening uh, in the industry of women's boxing. So here we are. We meet here on Wednesday evenings to talk about it with sugar, with your sugar. Okay, so the title of the show tonight is supposed to be "It's a Celebration, Bitches." Yes, but here's my guys, my left out a word or two. But you guys get the point. You get the point, okay? And the reason why I say it's a celebration because this past weekend was the big dance. We had our annual women's boxing international hall of fame just for us gals who have behaved badly throughout the decades and the years, and we celebrate each other for doing that, and for each of our contributions to that. But first, let's talk about what's happened, right? Let's talk about now. I I have two ladies on my topic list tonight because I mean they kind of they stood out with regards to their effort, that what they did fight wise recently. So, lovely assistant, if you can drop the first image here. Okay, so you guys, as to my would it be on the screen? To my left here um, is Cecilia Brecas. Okay, and as you can see, besides the cartoon eyebrows, I had to say it. Okay, I had to say it. And no love lost. Okay, but you know what I'm saying? It's if like what I'm saying? Like they're just there. Um, and she's a beautiful woman. I've always loved the way they've marketed Cecilia Brecos. Um, as a fighter, but we want to talk about it. Look at her number. Okay, so look at that number up there in the green. Okay, so she's been fighting. She turned pro a little after um, I did, I think, or around the same time. We were close to this, like we're from the same kind of generation. Okay, so she's been around a while. Okay, she's still fighting. I am not. Okay, um, but you guys know that I've called her the bag lady for some time now because ever since she has, I don't know if she's just gotten too too old on the shelf. She has no real promoter now, so she's kind of from place to place, um, taking on opportunities like the rest of us do. That was my career. I never had a promoter. Yeah, I had a couple managers and handlers, but Cecilia Brekas, she had, she's first lady of Saarland over there in Germany. Okay, so she did well for herself, but when they drop you, they drop you. Okay, so she's pretty much dropped right now, and she's just trying to hold her footing, uh, and make some money on her way into, she can't fight forever, into her retirement. So at this point in her career, she had had all her belt because she was the undisputed welterweight champion for almost her entire career, like for like 20 years. Yeah, she paid the bill and she held on to those belts, and people loved it. Nobody ever thought that, how is, how is, I mean, you mean to tell me she's the best? No one can beat her for all this time. It was, to me, I'll say it was, to me, more harm than good for women's boxing that they had allowed her to do that, because now, for me, I think that has created the monsters that we have now, where, the real fighters, previously, maybe 20 years ago, you know, um, 15 years ago, you had a solid chance at being a champion for just by being a good fighter. Right now, all bets are off. Being a good fighter doesn't cut it, right? Being a fighter that pays cuts it. So these women now, or these champions now, with the exception of a couple, who are worth their salt in, in that ring. Most champions now are paying for their spot. Okay, so, bringing it back, getting back on topic. Cecilia Brackes is still holding on, and Terry Harper, out of the UK, um, just had an opportunity to try to prove herself, or try to take down a legendary crone, and in a failed attempt. Um, Michael Orr says at R Scarf One, I know Lady Ram was training Carice Brown. Is R Scarf One on the thread? Because I don't see R Scarf One's messages. Are they around? Are they on the thread? Oh, okay. Hi Sugar. I went to Women's Boxing Hall of Fame and met Laura Ramsey and the woman she trains. What is that woman's name? I forgot. Yes, that is Carice Brown. Okay, and I hope I'm saying it right. Carice has. I'm proud of that fighter. I am. Uh, she has walked the walk. She's under the tutelage of Lady Ram, and Lady Ram was just after my class in USA boxing, right? So Lady Ram was on the national team as an amateur, and then she progressed into being a top pro. We were around the time, our scarf one says, thank you, Michael and Sugar. Well, thank you for chiming in, our scarf one. And I want to know about what had happened down there in Las Vegas at this wonderful event. But let me talk about these gals. Um, I'm going to say this and then go back to the topic. Now, Lady Ram has taken Carice Brown through the through the steps that we did. So there is some authenticity in Carice Brown. Carice has gone to the belly of the beast, has gone on other broads' porches, has taken challenges. She is about the life, that life. Okay, and I love the fighter she's becoming. Okay, she's getting some seasoning under her. She had a wonderful win, I think, about a month ago, where she put she did some tactics in the ring, some throwback female tactics that just warmed my heart. Um, I was hoping, we can't use clips anymore. Don't nobody want to get sued, so we can't really use the clips and stuff anymore. But yep, Michael Orr says her last fight was August 25th. Yeah, so she walked into that fight um, on the B side, like they would say, and stole the damn show. And that's how you do it out here in women's boxing. That's how you really behave badly, right? You lead with her people. So that's what happened. Very good stop. I think she stopped her opponent. Very good stoppage. Very good use of tactics. Michael Orr comes in and says she fought Zarina McCoy. Okay, so yeah. Um, and oh, it actually became a split decision. Okay, well, she put McCoy on her ass. So I mean, when you show up and you do stuff like that, right? So it went to full. Michael Orr says it went to full six. I saw a couple rounds of it, and Carice went in there, and she didn't like how we're gonna. I promise we'll come back to this topic. She didn't go in there and box. She went in there and whooped that girl's ass, and that's what you do, or you turn out like what I'm about to talk about. Now, Cecilia Brækhus has jobbed a lot of fighters in her career, okay? And so this is why I just always, I say this a lot. Boxing is a karmatic sport. Yes, it'll always, what you do will always catch up to you. So now Cecilia Brækhus has been actually winning in my eyes. She's been winning these past fights, and she just can't get a break. She can't. She 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 uh she handled Terry Harper, right? So in the 37 wins and two losses she's ever had, and the two losses are to Jessica McCaskill, who is now the new Cecilia Brækhus. She is paying that bill. She is paying that bill. No, you're not going to get those belts off of her, because her and Ramos going to find that rent money and pay for those belts. Okay, That's what you know. That's what you know they're going to do. Okay, so in the damn near 40 fights Cecilia's had, or in the 40 fights she's had, because she's had one draw, and the draw she had was with Kelly Reyes, who put her on her ass. Um, but didn't know how to pull the trigger, if you know what I mean, the Beretta jam. I don't know, you know. Anyway, um, y'all check that fight out too. She's only had 9 KOs, so she's managed to convince the judges 31 times that she was the better fighter and she deserved to keep her belts and her wins and, you know, all of that stuff. Anyway, now this broad can't get a break. I don't know if she's now she might as well just be doing it for the money. But yeah, wait a minute. I'm sorry. The draw is what you're looking at. This draw is what she's just recently had with Terry Harper. My apologies, you guys. I think she did beat. She ended up winning over Callie Reyes. She did end up getting the decision after being dropped by Callie in the fight. I don't know how you pulled that off, but she did. Okay, I guess Callie couldn't drum up the money, the rent money to get the belts off of her. Our scarf one says she beat Reyes. Okay. Um, I did watch that fight, but I don't remember much about it. Like, I don't remember much about Cecilia Brækhus's fights because they have always to me been glorified amateur bouts, except for her last couple ones. Like, I I think she beat McCaskill both times, right? And I think she beat Terry Harper. Cecilia Brækhus is actually standing and fighting in the ring now where she never used to. She was the old Katie Taylor. She's the one that originated the track star um, boxing hybrid style, right? Because that's one thing you wasn't going to do. You weren't going to get Cecilia Brækhus to stand and fight you, right? She's going to play TV tag. She was going to play Roadrunner. She was going to play and do everything except for stand and fight you in the ring. Okay, so now, um, Michael Orr says she lost 2 to McCaskill. Yeah. So both of her losses have been to McCaskill. Which, funny enough, McCaskill just technically lost um, against Sandy Ryan. I mean, I'd say she lost, but she didn't. But Sandy Ryan didn't deserve to win. Okay, I said that because when you're going after a bitch's belts, you have to go after her in a sense where she's not like you're you're an assassin. You're not trying to just win, you're trying to take her out, especially a fighter like Jessica McCaskill. So McCaskill showed up, I think 2 weekends ago, out of shape. Her feet were in cement the whole fight. She dropped her hands. Real disrespectful. And Sandy Ryan did put hands on her and was tapping her upside her head. But Sandy Ryan was boxing her. She didn't go in there to beat her ass. She didn't go in there to whoop ass, right? There were no cans um, broken open of whoop ass in that ring where Sandy should have. And that's why I said Sandy still needs seasoning. Um, one of our regulars, Women's Boxing Channel, always comes in, and Women's Boxing Channel is a tremendous fan of Sandy Ryan. But the reality is, and this is why me and WBC, Women's Boxing Channel, always kind of clash, because I'm not going to my name is Sugar. They call me Sugar, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it, especially when it comes to getting in the ring and fighting, because I know what that means. It's not easy, and if you show up to take a broad's belt, if you show up to fight, you better fight. Now, Sandy Ryan, I guess she's scrappy. She's got this attitude where, I just don't think I don't think it's very marketable for her at this point in her career, especially now where she sees that she's not getting decisions. No one's liking what she's putting out there. She may need to rethink her approach. So she had several opportunities to stop Jessica McCaskill. Oh, she gave some beautiful, beautiful liver shots. Um, she could have folded uh, Jessica McCaskill like a damn paper airplane in there and sent her flying. But she didn't. She thought she was going to win the fight. Excuse me, you guys. She thought she was going to win the fight on points in the USA. Excuse me. When you fly over that pond, you got to come over with, excuse me, you guys. Give me a second. Sorry. You guys, I mean, this is it's a, listen, it's my show. We're damn near family. Okay, so if I gotta jute out to wet my palate, you're gonna have to just kind of bear with sugar. Anyway, flew across the pond from UK to Florida on McCaskill's ground because McCaskill is an American fighter and thought that she was going to win on points. They don't do that here. Like, we don't do that here either, right? Y'all can't expect for us to go to y'all's countries and get decisions and all of that stuff. So don't expect to come to our North America, USA and Canada, and get no decision, right? You're going to have to kill the queen. So it didn't happen. McCaskill still retains all her belts, and looks like Sandy Ryan's headed for the bargain bin unless she can get some more money together for another opportunity at that undisputed. Well, not isn't no, it's not undisputed. Sandy Ryan has one of the belts. I think it's the WBA belt. I'm not sure. I don't promote the belts, but she has one of the belts, and Jessica McCaskill has the rest of them. So if they can get the money together, that might be maybe the spin back will be real for Sandy Ryan. Let's hope for her sake. Anyway, lovely assistant. Can you put the next image up, please? Okay, so this is Terry Harper. Okay, Michael Orr, thank you, baby. You are so active tonight. I like that. Michael Orr says Sandy Ryan holds the WBO World Welterweight title belt. So there it is. Okay, so she is a a belt holder. Sandy Ryan is. Like I said, will she have the opportunity to fight McCaskill for all the rest of the belts? I don't think so. Not lightly. McCaskill's not a rematch type of gal. You know what I'm saying? If she slides past you, then you behind her. She's not going. She don't give chances. So that. Terry Harper now. Look at the difference in the numbers. Terry Harper, 14 wins, 6 by KO, right? Because they have this thing where they knock them all out in their first 5 or 6 fights, and then they start fighting decent opposition, and you don't see no more knockouts, right? So 14 wins, 6 of them by knockout, and then the one loss by KO, which was handed to her from Alicia Baumgartner, we still waiting on the P test to come back. We're still waiting on the piss to come back clean. I think we think, right? I mean, haven't heard much from Baumgartner. Y'all tell me what's up with that. I haven't heard. I mean, is she done? I think. I mean, I think her reputation is severely tarnished as far as being a fighter. So I don't know if she's packing it in, and I don't know what can happen for her in order for her to revamp or reinvent herself in this industry. Because, I mean, we can do, listen, I'm going to keep it real. Okay, you could do Playboy, you could do porn, you could you could go to jail, you could your husband could shoot you, okay? But what we don't do here is the roids. What we don't do here is the peds, right? I mean, a lot of women do it, but when you get caught with that, no, 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 no. Uh, you out the group. You're out of the group. We don't mess with you no more. Um, our scarf one says, Bumgarner is the same way, not giving rematches unless she lost the first fight. Well, like, I mean, our scarf one, you see what happened. You see what happened, right? I'm telling you, boxing is karma. Boxing, if you do this, you just got to know you're doing right. Okay? Um, and things will catch up to you, right? And my whole thing is like losses, people lose just like they win. So I'm not saying, that's why you lost. No. Getting knocked out, anything, it comes with the territory. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about now that you have, especially in Cecilia Brækhus's case, she had robbed so many fighters of their hard-earned victories that now, even when she's winning, they won't give her the W. And she's actually winning, like she's actually fighting proper now. She won't get a win. She won't get a win. That's her karma. Now you want to win. Now you work hard. Now you know you're winning. Now you know how these women have felt for years getting robbed by you. And that's just going to be your fate until you retire. I don't see things turning around. But I'm not the I'm I know I would love to be a goddess, but I am not a goddess in the boxing realm yet. um Our scarf one says she is active on her Instagram. She doesn't seem to care about the positive test. I think the sanctioning bodies don't want to strip her. She was tested right after the fight and it was negative. When she have that, have you seen what happened? Like what came out? Right? Now you have even Terry Harper saying, you got Michaela Meyer, you got these women saying, listen, she might have been on the roids, she might have been popping Flintstone vitamins when I fought her. So none of her fights have any legitimacy behind them now. That's what I mean about that. I mean, if she's active on Instagram, okay. She doesn't seem to care about the positive test. Well, this is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Beyonce fall down a full ass flight of steps and got up and kept and didn't miss a note. If you know what I mean. Okay? So if Beyonce on that type of timing, can you imagine what the rest of us have to do to stay you know, to stay uh not even legit, to stay relevant. You know what I'm saying? So she could talk all she wants, but her ass better not get back in that ring talking about she fighting nobody, and she can't get back. I mean, the sanctioning bodies don't want to strip her because there's not. Michaela Meyer done moved up. There's nobody in that division that can afford to hold those belts. And she's been paying that bill. And she can continue to pay that bill. So what they want to do is they want to, as long as she can hold on to it, they'll let her. But soon and very soon, she will have to fight in order to keep or hold on to those belts. And I don't know how she's gonna, I mean, they tested, I mean, let me tell you guys about steroids, okay? Or let me tell you guys about performance enhancement drugs. They are made to flush out of your system. They're made to flush fast, right? And so what happened with Baumgardner is she might have miscalculated one of her loading periods, and she thought by that time it would have been flushed, but it wasn't, right? And so, I mean, you get tested after the fight. You've already, do you know from, they give you the P test in the morning for the roids or for the peds, right? So you have already pissed all of that out. I'm sorry to be so explicit in my language, but you've already peed all of that out by fight time. It's designed that way. Track stars, all types of athletes. Ask what's his name, Armstrong, who was on that thing tough, right? The cycler. You remember the? Tell me, listen, you wasn't nobody if you didn't have one of those yellow Lance Armstrong bracelets. Cause I had one, okay, and bro was on steroids the whole time. Where's he at now? Where he at now? You know what I'm saying? So it happens. And it's definitely happening in women's boxing because no one checks. And Alicia Baumgartner been stepped up on that type of stuff, right? Because look at her pictures when she first started. She talking about, I've always had an athletic body. Bitch, you ain't have all them muscles, and you ain't never had legs and ass and muscles like you popping now. That's roids, okay? You had that slim Asian girl body, okay? And that's not being any kind of way or prejudiced or racist or whatever. That was her body type, okay? And now, like, you see her brolic, and she looked wonderful, I have to say. I love. It's a shame because I really was feeling how she was putting her little outfit together, and she was looking she came looking good. Weigh-ins, she was looking like she worked for it, like how other fighters who worked their ass off for it. She looked like she worked for it, and she had her swag together, right? So I was feeling her, but I just couldn't get past. And I you know I think I was probably I think yeah, I'm gonna say it. I was the first one to say it, and probably the only one to come out and say it. Go to the past sugar shows. I was the one to say, but you're looking a little roidy, right? And people came for me. People came for Suge as they would like, and two twos, two turns around. We facing each other, and I'm looking at you like, told you, right? Sugar is loyal to nothing but the truth, right? I even call myself on my bullshit, okay? Because this sport is not anything to play with. Now, Um, our scarf one says, ESPN removed Bumgardner from their pound for pound list. No one is giving her a single vote. Okay. Also, my host comes in and says Alicia Baumgartner tested positive for mesterolone and methanolone acetate metabolites. I mean, I looked into that. I mean, that's what they give cows. That's testosterone. That's what they give male cows. Like she was doing that shit. Like she was on some Canelo shit. You know what I'm saying? She put it in her body. She want to be more like a man. Like she want more testosterone. Not I want to not train harder. No, I need to be more of a man to to win my fights. No, that's not what women's boxing is about. We find women fight like women. Women fight women. Women fight like women. That's what our pride is. That's what makes us unique and different. That's why that boring shit that, happened between Cecilia and Breckus and Terry Harper, they stunk up the joint, right? They said it was so damn boring. The fight, and I looked at I because y'all know Sugar ain't got time to begin with, right? And I regret the time that I took to watch that, right? Because Cecilia Brækhus, she looked like you could tell she's just trying to hold on, trying to stay relevant. And Terry Harper just looked like a scared ass fighter who doesn't belong on that type of platform right now. She doesn't. Terry Harper needs to go right back down to the gutter and fight her way up. And I don't even think she was in the gutter at any type of time, right? She had she had some nice padding as she, progressed. She was a part of that little dream, that little dream team group of UK women that was on the rise at one time. Now it's falling on deaf ear. Like, you don't really hear much, about, except for, I think, Natasha Jonas. Yeah, she even beat Natasha Jonas, right? And Natasha spun back real hard, and look at Terry Harper, you know? Um, my host comes in and says Mester alone sold under the brand name Provir, Proviron, among others, is an androgen and anabolic steroid medication which is used mainly in the treatment of low testosterone levels. Okay. Anabolic steroids are synthetic variations of testosterone. Anabolic means muscle building. Mesterolone is mostly known for its ability to reduce body fat and improve muscle definition. So she was on them fitness competition um, drugs. Okay, making it a popular cutting agent amongst bodybuilders. Okay, and I didn't even read that before I said what I said. The brand Proviron has been around since the early 1990s and is available over the counter in some other countries without a prescription. So she don't even need a prescription? I might just dust my gloves out. Listen, if I can just get the prescription, they don't test. I could probably be back by next month. Give me 2 weeks. um Okay, so is available over the counter in some other countries without a prescription, but is a prescription drug in the U.S. Ooh, so who done prescribed Alicia Baumgardner the what you call it, the Proviron? What pharmacist did that? These doctors, man, anything for the love of money. Um, right. So, uh, it needs to. Okay, so it's a prescription drug in the U.S. As one of its core benefits, the manufacturer touts increasing muscle mass and strength while reducing fat stores. So she ain't even worrying about making weight. Like the drug is doing it for her. She don't have to, I mean, she's working, but you have to work your ass off to look like how she was looking, because guess what? I did it. And I didn't take no drugs. Okay? It's the work you have to do to get that is insane. The discipline that you have to have as far as what you put in your body to achieve looking like Alicia Baumgartner did naturally is, I mean, you real special. Like you're top tier if you can if you can uphold that. I did. Another fighter who does that is Melissa St. Ville. That's a natural body. Check her out. She said, I always cuss her out. I'm like, how do you still have your boobs? Right? Because when I did it, now I got a little bit now that I can work with. And, they're fun now. And especially when you have someone that enjoys playing with them too. Okay, listen. Okay. But when I was training, oh my, you just lean and mean. So as one of its core benefits, the manufacturer touts increasing muscle mass and strength while reducing fat stores. Proviron also claims to decrease the risk of injuries during training sessions. Come on. Come on. So this drug just does every damn thing for you. Everything? Everything? So, bitch, all you got to do is show up. You pop the pill, however you take it. Hannah Gabriel, they rub the cream on the dog, and then sometimes it gets on you, and then you turn into bionic bitch. I don't know, okay? But that's what's going on, okay? And they've been getting away with it, okay? Talking fight. So my talking fight guys come in and says anabolic steroids are synthetic variations of testosterone. Anabolic means muscle building. Okay, well that's what my host said. My host comes in and says, and that's only one of the substances detected. My host says other banned substances were reported to have been found in Baumgartner's sample. The other one is methanolone. Girl, yo, piss. What are you doing? R. Scarf One says Lance Armstrong's book was titled, It's Not About the Bike. We know it's about the peds. R. Scarf. You know what I'm saying? That's things like that. I like to laugh, okay, and I totally enjoy like digs like that. So yeah, our scarf one says he said it's not about the bike. Our scarf one says we know it's about the peds. Stop. So my host comes in and says also known by its brand name Primobolan. Listen, what we doing is we actually telling these other cheaters out here what the damn name of the drug is. They gonna go to shady doctor and say, "Can you get some of this? Can you get some Primobolan? Primobolan? I need to. I'm getting ready for something. I need to cheat. You know." Or Primo, so stimulates the growth of lean muscle mass. It's available in oral and injectable forms. One of the reasons this drug is popular for female bodybuilders is because of its poor androgenic profile. It builds lean muscles without the added male defining characteristics like excess hair growth, and putting bass in the voice. Yeah, but you see that jaw? Like when you got that damn man jaw, when you got a jaw already, that you you what they call it? It's not Family Guy. What's it? American Dad. You ever seen that cartoon? I like those cartoons. So or giggity giggity, the dude that be on that, her jaw was out like that, like like that. Like you couldn't not see it. That's why I said, I had to come. I was like, she looking quagmire. Listen, the Stan Smith jaw quagmire, Michael. Listen, you know what I'm saying though? Like you just couldn't not see it. So I had to say, listen, that's looking roidy. Um, so Michael Orr comes in. My guys on Talking Fight, they coming back with the same. But Michael, my host, and Michael, we got facts and information coming in. Michael Orr says, I'd like to see an all-out legal steroid use sport. Oh, so you want it, you want it to be like, okay, let's see who's the best on the roids. Is that what you're saying? Let's let everything go. Let's let them take everything, right? You gonna mess around. You gonna mess around and have some motherfuckers. Oops, sorry. Come out looking like damn Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and shit. Spider-Man, Dr. Lizard and shit from from the comic books, if that's the case, right? Come on now, Mike. Like we don't want to start that. We don't want to create no monsters because that's really what's gonna happen. Can you imagine who's going to show up for that? Michael Orr says, okay, well, let's have an all-out performance enhancement drug Olympics. Okay, we'll see who I'm low-key curious now on what the hell will show up. Okay? Because you're going to have them women that sound like the big Barry White up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And be doing their stuff. Yeah. It would, to me, it wouldn't be much about the performance, more so about the entertainment aspect of, look at this motherfucker. You hear this motherfucker? Oh yeah. And you know what they do? You know what the roids do to the men's willy? Okay. I mean, I guess it's worth it. I don't know. If I was a dude, I'd want to hold on to as much, as much length as I could. I wouldn't take nothing to compromise, what I'm packing. Anyway, um, let's get back to the chat. Host says, they will just create another substance that does the same thing and not listed on the banned substance list. So you say that they're going to have a banned substance that's banned over the banned substance. Wow, that's what I'm saying. Monsters, right? And like I said, when Dr. Lizards show up in the damn lab trench coat talking about, yeah, I'm wrestling dude or I'm fighting dude, then what? Um, my host says genetic freak of nature. Michael Orr chimes in and says, men with muscles and women with beards and pecs and arms bigger than the average man. Listen, we want to get back on topic. Terry Harper, okay? So Terry Harper, um, and yeah, so they fought snooze fest, okay, boring ass fight, no seasoning between the both of them because Cecilia, she was fighting, but because of years of you not applying yourself the way you should, bitch, you ain't got no seasoning. All right, so you can't even carry a show. That's your karma, Cecilia. Right? Sugar can show up. I can hot dog some shit this weekend. right? Give me a fight, sign me up. I will and make it an entertaining fight, okay? Until I run out of steam. But y'all would definitely, right? Because even on my bad day at the office, me versus McCaskill, y'all can see people said, "Oh no, she went down. She gave." She, Matter of fact, they would want to see it. They would want to see us run it back, right? But she wasn't trying to run it back because she knows it would have to be fair the second time. I wasn't going to go for that bullshit that her people them set me up with. Anyway, I digress. So a lovely assistant. Next image. Next image. I'm telling you, you have to know how to sell a fight. So look at these two. I mean, decent looking women in the face. Cecilia Brækhus is very attractive, okay? Even she looking, we're all getting older. Me too, okay? So she looking old now, okay? Compared to when Cecilia was Cecilia. She looked like she fixed them eyebrows too. They don't look as cartoonish in this picture. But you know, when you go to the weigh-ins, we want to see the work on you, or we want to see you come with some kind of swagalicious outfit, right? These damn gray sweatpants or these black sweat. We want to see, I'm sorry, we want to see tits and ass. Okay? It's a part of it. It is. Okay? We want to see the work on you. We want to see you come in some, we want to see you swagged out in your weigh-in outfit, right? It's not, oh, I'm showing up and oh, I'm here to fight. No, you don't have that appeal. As women, we know what our appeal is. We are eye candy. Okay? Let's just call a thing and lead and walk through the door with it. So this right here, you already knew how the fight was going to be when you seen this. No seasoning. None of them. Anyway, lovely assistant, next image. Please. So, this was one of the, this image was chosen because look at the shot. Look at Cecilia, right? Cecilia, this is a school. She's actually taken Harper to school with this move right here, right? Because y'all see that Cecilia Brækhus is not hitting Terry Harper with her glove. She's hitting Terry Harper with her elbow. That's a prime Cecilia Brækhus move, right? Yeah, bitch, you thought I was throwing that hook? Nah, eat this elbow. Yeah. So, and look, hands where they're supposed to be. Like, girl, you looking real in there, Cecilia. Too bad it don't count now. You should have been doing all of that. You should have been fighting when you were fighting. When you should have been fighting when it was fair. Now you get a taste. So, look at Harper, eyes closed and shit, straight up and down, like a lowercase L. You know what I'm saying? That's not a position. That's not fight position. And she kept. That was it the entire night. And they were just like boxing, ABC, 1, 2, 3, like. At this level, y'all are doing that? No, I don't need it. I've seen better sparring sessions. But next, lovely assistant, what's this next image? I may have to wrap it up soon, too. My bedtime. All right, so, you look at the image here, and both of them, y'all both lose. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why I say they both lose is because no one cares to see this again. No one's talking about it. No one's interested. So you lose. You had the opportunity to have the stage to at least hold the appeal for if you don't get to fight this broad again, people are going to want to see you fight someone else because of your performance. But because of how boring the shit was, don't nobody want to see that. Ain't nobody coming around. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should. Those who know where I got that from, right? Um, our Scarf One says Cecilia is number one on Box Rec at super welterweight, whatever that's worth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all know Box Rec is under investigation for taking bribes and all that shit. You know, they done bought them out. Box Rec used to be like legit, but now for the love of money, right? So I mean, they're gonna get their due too. How is Cecilia number one where Cecilia hasn't fought since McCaskill beat her? I think this is her first fight since she fought McCaskill. And our Box Rec does not include all fights. Oh, so they don't include all fights now. You see what I'm saying? So they've already set up themselves to be like, you listen, y'all don't take us seriously. We just on some bullshit, right? They're getting paid now. Before they had the facts. That was a receipt that you could use. Now, it's not Box Rec. REC is Box Rec. WRECK, as in it's a wreck. But you know, I don't know if it's the same people that had it going on, you know, had it going initially, but I hope they changed themselves around, you know, to become a reliable source because, you know, it felt good to at least have some kind of resource to go to and see what's actually happening and what the numbers are really looking like with these broads as far as, you know, their opponent value and quality and what they're doing, what they're actually doing. Now, I'm not sure if we can trust Box Rec. Michael Orr says her last fight was October 7th against Terry Harper. So they fought before, Mike? Is that what you're saying? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm talking about her last fight, Mike. That was over the weekend. But she hadn't, Terry Harper Cecilia Brackes had not fought since losing her belts to, no, I think she might have fought one fight. But she hadn't fought in like 3 years before fighting Terry Harper. And Terry, to be honest, Terry should have like beat her up. This was Terry's time to show that, you know, I'm coming for you, Natasha. Excuse me. And she didn't. Our Scarf One says, Cecilia had one fight between McCaskill and Harper. Yeah. Excuse me, y'all. Michael Orr says before that she fought December 17th, 2022 against Marissa Portillo. And I remember doing mentioning that in one of Sugar's previous shows. Excuse me. So, that, you guys, Marissa Portillo. Okay, so has Marissa Portillo fought since she fought? I think they might have even made her up so she could fight Cecilia. You know what I'm saying? Michael Orr says, confirmed that yes, she had a fight previous to fighting Terry Harper, but she hadn't fought for 3 years before this fight. And Cecilia Bright, like, I've been on hiatus because I was blackballed. Nobody would fight me. Cecilia Brackes is on excuse me, was on hiatus because her punk ass won't fight nobody. She was scared to lose against people, right? Because now she her ass is bare to the wind. She don't have a promoter protecting her. She doesn't have, like, she's not the king, the queen of her realm anymore. She's got to come to she's got to fly out to people's backyards now. Um, yeah, Cecilia, Queen Cecilia Breakers. Yeah. Um, Michael Orr says Cecilia lost in 2020 to Jessica McCaskill, and then she lost in 2021 to Jessica McCaskill. Yeah, those are the two fights that I was talking about. Right now, the first fight, okay, but the second fight, I think Cecilia won that second fight. She managed McCaskill, but she didn't get it. Um, then she fought Marissa Portillo. Michael Orr says, yes, she fought. She had a July. Oh, okay. So Michael Orr says Cecilia fought a broad named Yamila Abel Abelmida. So, Michael, do me a favor. Tell me what Yamila's record is. What's Yamila's record? And who has Yamila fought? Because I'm thinking now this is Paddington, Paddingment, Paddingtation, right? Records still get padded out here, you guys. So I don't care, like, in that she's fighting because she can, but oh, come on. So Yamila Abelema, Abelamita's record is 9 wins. Okay. 17 losses. Ooh, and 3 draws. Okay. So Padding Nation, Pad Thai, which is delicious. You know what I'm saying? But not in this case. Oh, shoot. Mike, don't play with me. Now you messing me up. So Yamila Abelamida. Y'all, you are now I'm on my cell phone. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look Yamila's up. So Yamila. Amela, okay. Okay. So Yamila is 17 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw. Okay. She's out of Argentina. She's a super lightweight. Okay, so she's a 140 pounder. So she's a smaller gal. Um, she fought Terry Harper. Um, Wait a minute. Mike, Mike. Okay, now the fix is in. You giving me some crappy information now. Uh, Cecilia Brækhus did not fight Yamila. Um, Terry Harper did. Okay, and Terry Harper fought Yamila and beat her. Okay, so let's see. Now let's see when for real, for real. Cecilia Brækhus had not fought since December of last year, 2022. Marissa Portillo. Okay, so how it goes is Cecilia Brækhus fought Jessica McCaskill in the year 2020. And then 7 months later, she rematched McCaskill. Okay, so she lost twice there. Okay, and then um, something like 7 or 8 months later, she fought Marissa Portillo. Okay, and then 11, 10 months after that, she fought Terry Harper. So, all right, I'm being hard on poor Cecilia. Cecilia is like she's having at least she's fighting once per year. She's fighting at least one time per year to stay relevant. But um, that being said, um, I I see what she's doing. Okay, she's staying relevant so she can have a couple more paydays. So it would have been in Terry Harper's best interest to make an example of Cecilia Brækhus in this match that just passed, and she didn't. She didn't hit the mark. So bargain bin for you both. Um, Michael Orr says Yamila is scheduled to fight Claudia Lopez November 10th. Okay. Is this for a title, Michael? And Michael Orr says the confusion was when you asked me if Portillo had fought since her fight against Cecilia. Okay, baby. All right. Um, just don't confuse me no more. Oh, look who just chimed in. Women's Boxing Channel. I was just talking about you. I had just mentioned your name. Um, Women is Yamila Belen Abelinda, pronounced Bellender. Okay. You know, I try my best. Y'all know I do. But I've always said it. I'm Ruby Scott's granddaughter. Okay. And what we everybody knew she was going to do, I've taken over to do. I will I will with love in my heart I will butcher a name, but it's not out of disrespect. It's because uh, I have a hard time with that. Okay? Please, please, baby, please, just, forgive me for that. Please. So Michael Orr says, yes, it's for a title. The Federation or Federación Argentina de Box Argentina Super Light. You know what? They could keep that down there. Yeah, yeah. Stay down there with that, right? Because first of all, everybody know down in Argentina, they don't do no testing. The most of those broads be on the roids down there. Okay? Um, so yeah. Mike, down there is where they do that at. What you were talking about earlier, that's you will see that down there. Oh, we can't even show the clips. There was one looked like damn Lou Ferrigno fighting this other girl. The girl she was supposed to have fought. Who was that fighter was supposed to fight? I think that fighter was supposed to fight. Who was she supposed to fight? Was it Clarissa? Somebody in the middleweight division, but the fight never came, never manifested. But yeah, yeah, man, looked like you don't want to get me angry. She looked straight like the man Hulk in there, moving all slow and shit. It was it, and looking at it, you're like, wow, no one are they acting like they don't see this, or it was the norm. It was down there in South America, Argentina. Um, my host says there's too many titles. Yeah, all titles having titles are a money making thing. Titles aren't for prize fighters for the best fighters. No, Titles are money. Like you buy a title, like how you would put a down payment on a car. Yeah, and you make payments on that title like you would make payments on any large asset that you would buy. It's like a little, listen, sometimes it's like you have 8 or 9 belts. If you're undisputed, damn near you got a mortgage. Um, Michael Orr says, going by the name Sally the Super Lady Guiter, uh, Guterres. Okay. Michael Orr says, face green, smiling. LMAO. Yeah, okay. Well, like I said, I don't want to see that because then we going to have all these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hopping out this damn sewer and shit talking about they signing up to fight or they signing up to do whatever. I don't want to see that. Anyway, um, lovely assistant, next image. I'm getting sleepy, y'all. I'm gonna have to call it a night soon. Sugar got to study. I got a test to study for. And so talking about this gal here, Kim Clavel. I brought her up because she's supposed to be one of Quebec's darlings. Okay, 17 wins, 2 losses as of now, 0 draws. Out of her 17 wins, 3 have been by KO. So you see where, when you're looking at records like this, you can, like, after a while, you can tell. Okay, you've only, out of the 17 victories you've only stopped 3 people. That means that most of your decisions may have been um, uh, influenced by your hometown, right? So it looks like most of her fights have been home or in a controlled environment that's for her. Now you see suspended by Quebec Boxing Commission until blah blah blah. She just had a fight with um, lovely assistant. Uh, can you give me the next image, please? With Evelyn Bermudez. And Evelyn is 9 wins, 6 by KO, 1 loss, and 1 draw. Okay. Now, I didn't get to look at my notes, but I'm gonna just so I can be on top of the facts. I want to see Evelyn Bermudez. Okay, so Evelyn Bermudez, light flyweight, so these are small gals, okay. KO percentage 31.58 in her 21 fights, okay. Pretty decent percentage. She holds the IBF World Light Flyweight title and the WBO World Light Flyweight title. Okay. And they flew her out to Quebec to fight Kim Clavel for this. Now, if Kim couldn't beat Evelyn Bermudez on her own porch, okay, after she done flew her out, and she's, I think, is it gym or boxer that she's with? Who's her promoter, Mike, or WBC, or anybody who's out there? Um, they pay, right? They pay to play. So if she couldn't get this, number one, she went and lost them people their money. I don't think they're gonna I don't think they're going to dump no more dollars on that because it takes a lot of money to make this type of investment, right? In fighting someone for their title and actually flying them in and attempting to take it. But at the end of the day, I always say this: everyone has a fighting chance, right? And that's what Evelyn banks on. So she must have really went in and beat um, Kim Clavel's ass on her own porch. Um, okay, so our scarf one comes in and says Yvonne Michelle is her promoter according to Box Rec. Now, okay, I know I do. I, I know Yvonne Michelle is her promoter, but is he Boxer or is he Jim? What is his promotion company called? That's what I wanted. That's what I want to know. And he was the promoter for that event. So our scarf one says, so Kim Clavel went and wasted that man's money. He was pissed off that night. Trust me. Um. Okay, so our scarf one says, Yvonne Michelle, he is the promoter. His promotion company is Jim, which is huge up there in Canada and Quebec. Like Jim, didn't they have Adonis Stevenson, right? And Adonis had the WBC belt. Um, Adonis fought what's his name? Mayweather's guy up there, and they did a whole thing. Like Jim ain't no joke. Jim got money behind him. Like if you're a fighter with Jim behind you, you got money back. You got a money promoter. So he went and put that money on her, and she didn't end up with the win. Ooh. Um. So lovely assistant. Excuse me, y'all. Allergies. Next image. Okay, so this is them two at the weigh-in. Even they look nice compared to that dry ass, no seasoning ass uh, picture of Cecilia and Terry. Both of these broads, faces made up. One is nice with the red rouge lipstick. The other got the girl next door, pretty girl, natural girl look with her hair curled. One got a nice outfit on where you could see her arms, but she's dressed nicely, and the other one, they both look hot. They both look hot. The other two look like some um all right, I'm not even going to say. Okay. But I've seen Terry Harper look better or sell herself better, and I've definitely seen Cecilia Brækhus sell herself better at a weigh-in. Okay? Did We got to take this thing seriously. Did Every chance you get is your last chance, right? Because we don't know what the other chance will be. Every chance you get, my mom used to tells me this even till this day. Every chance you get is your last chance because you can't guarantee you'll get another chance. So rock it. Anyway, lovely assistant. Next image. Y'all like, subscribe, and share too. Like one of my regulars, he would always come on and remind everybody, but I'm gonna remind you guys: like, subscribe, and share this sugar, please. Or just show up on. Listen, it's a party when we link up. I got our scarf one tonight. WB's Women's Boxing Channel chimed in. Michael Orr is real litty tonight. Like I haven't seen, he haven't hit my line in a very long time. So I'm enjoying the company. This is a image of the fight. Look at Kim coming in. Looks like she's gonna land some kind. She's gonna looking to land an overhand right in that picture. So, it looked like they went in there trying to bang each other out. I couldn't even find an image like this in the Cecilia Brackets versus Terry Harper um, image library. Like I couldn't, me and my guys couldn't find nothing, right? So, I mean, at least these two broads put on a show, and that's what I'm saying. This is women's boxing, right? Even if you're not in the best position, you sell it. Sell what you can. Somebody is going to want to buy. But if you ain't nobody going to want to buy something that ain't got no sauce or seasoning. Okay, next image, you guys. Next image. All right, so the reason why I chose this picture or asked for this picture is because you see Evelyn over there holding on to her belts like ain't nobody taking my belts from me, and Kim is over on the side like ain't this about a bitch. What I'ma tell you, Vaughn, when we get back to the dressing room. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see her thinking of that. You can see the thoughts in her head. Like, is he behind me? I ain't going back to the dressing room. He's gonna have to email me. Because she's gonna have to speak. She's gonna have to. Because everyone's gonna say, trainer gonna say, I trained her. Right? Roid man or whatever. It don't look like she's on roid, but whoever's helping, they gonna say, we did our part. She the one that went in and didn't win. So Yvonne, talk to her. Our scarf one says Kim was like, WTF? What the fuck? Yeah. That's why, a picture says 1,000 words, right? And so that's why, that's why I'm okay. I'm okay with using pictures, right? Because if you know how to read it, you could tell what's going on. So yeah, that conversation in the back was something else. To be a fly on that wall, huh? So that. Lovely assistant. Next image. And now we get to talk about the celebration, bitches. Bitch. R Scarf One, tell me, how'd it go? You say you saw Laura them down there. I saw, I'm hoping that I can make the next um get together of all the women who have behaved badly. Because let me tell you something. I know that was a great time. Ain't nothing like some bad bitches getting together. Nothing like it. I'm telling you, it's fun. Um, so this is the cake. 25 years of WBAN. Okay, I remember being a scrappy young girl. And this was when everybody didn't have a computer. Yeah, in the ancient times, right? Going to the library or going to my school computer lab and looking up WBAN, finding out what's the latest updates on, fighters like Bonnie Canino, that she was still by Kathy Collins, Eva, Black Magic, Young. Joan, I think it's Jones Young now, but it's like these fighters from back in the time, back in the day, you know, um, she used to feature the amateurs, when USA Boxing had us on there. I remember when I was first featured on there, I didn't even know, that was WBAN is the platform, right? Authentically for women's boxing, nobody else. ESPN, CNN, nobody. WBAN, okay? That You want to know about women's boxing? You go there. That is the Bible of women's boxing. Okay? There used to be two different websites, one phased out, but WBAN is still here. And the thing about it is we used to have our own belts, but now everybody, all these broads, they don't want to make no money. They just want to be broke ass celebrities paying for belts, right? Because holding on to that WBC belt, WBO, WB, IBF, it costs a lot of money. I would rather keep my money in my pocket and have an authentic belt in my industry that shows I'm legit, you know, which that's what we had. Um, our Scoff One says, I talked at the podium for a minute. I gave a WIBF belt to Stacy uh, Prestige. Okay. What weight did Stacy fight at? Is that her name? That doesn't ring a bell. When did she fight? Is she so WIBF? I remember is it Ryan? Ryan Whistle is the WIBF president, and he's always rocked with us. He's always rocked with women's boxing, from what I remember. So glad for him. Our Scarf One says she was Stacy Prestige was a lightweight. She beat Gagarty in 1993. And let me tell you something, Gagarty is no joke. Gagarty is a tough mofo, or was a tough mofo. So, oh yeah, like these are women's boxing. These are greats. These are women that have done great things. That Sue Fox, a lovely assistant, um, and I'm gonna pay a homage to this cutie right here. Look at her. This is my favorite picture of her. She's got a lot out there. But Sue Fox, I think her background started where she was um, in I got you in martial arts, and she veered into boxing where she got okey-doked. She got set up to fight someone who was way more experienced than her, and the fight didn't go the way she should. But she always remained in love and actively fighting and boxing and helping to fight the fight for women's boxers, because once you're out of it, you feel like there's nothing else for you to do. But she made a platform to showcase the rest of us. How unselfish, right? And in doing that, she gave us a voice, and she gave us a image. She gave us a place to gather um, at WBAN, because there used to be a forum. Oh my gosh, that forum used to be litty. We used to cuss each other ass out on the forum. Oh yeah, talk about your mama, your bald headed baby, everybody. Like, it was litty, right? But then Sue Fox, she doesn't like she didn't like that too much. But we are who we are. We are women behaving badly. We are a sisterhood. She kept that going for all of these 25 years. Okay? And I'm grateful for to her for this. This is my this is my absolute favorite picture. Our Scarf One says, I'm writing an article for WBAN about the event. I have to finish writing it, but it will be done in a few days. Okay, R Scarf One. And when you do, I'm expecting you for the next show. Please let us know, and if you could come on here with the link, so the people damn can read. But the good, you got this. You had to write about this wonderful event that Sue and her team and others who um, have done great things for women's boxing, have put together. Our scarf one says, okay, my name is Ron. Okay, Ron. Hey, Ron. How you doing? I'm Sugar. Um, okay, Ron. And thanks for dropping the government name on here too. Not the whole government name, but thanks for sharing that with me. We want to look out for what you got out there, out here, Ron. And I thank you for also showing up on my platform and supporting what I got going on in this conversation about women's boxing. I love your input. I love your person. Yeah, I love it. Your personality. You make me laugh. Thank you, Women's Boxing Channel, um, for always chiming in and supporting your girl, even though we make up and break up so many times. Um, and hopefully, me and you will get to share one of them. What was it called? Some glory, that dessert that you came on here. I think almost a year ago, probably a little more than a year ago. Um, that dessert that has always stayed on my mind. That I know glory was in the name. You know, anything that got glory in it is just outstanding. Our scarf one says, "Sure, thanks about Carissa. I need it for the article." Okay, can you say that? Put in the article that uh, she's been noted on such platforms as the Sugar Show, as one of the better up and coming contenders out here on the women's boxing scene, because it is legit, too legit to quit. Yeah, we on hammer time. I'm spitting bars, you guys. It's time for me to go. It's time. I got to study for this test. Our scarf one says, yes, I will. Okay, baby. Thank you. So this picture of Sue Fox with her little pigtails and all, this was when she first started. Lovely assistant. Show them what the woman is now. Please. Come on now. Don't do me like this. I'm waiting. So someone must have stepped out to the little curtain, to the washroom or whatever it is. But there we go. You know what? When I get a hold of you, you might like it. Stop. I'm gonna talk about this wonderful woman here. So, this is Sue Tiger Lily Fox now. Okay, this is the woman behind WBAN. I'm sure there has been some ups and downs in her keeping it together and keeping our story straight. For all of us women behaving badly, I done had my times with this woman, but I love her at the end of the day. Why? Because she is a part of Sugar, and Sugar has been a part of what she has done. And I am so grateful that she saw little old me where I was in the world, and put me on her platform for what I was doing. And I am still grateful that she does that to the rest of our sisterhood in women's boxing. And, you know, I don't have a plaque or anything to give her, but I will always, like, she is women's boxing history as well. You know, this woman. You can't go to no other platform. There's no other platform. And she's not paying me. She doesn't even know that I'm doing this or have done this. That is more legit than the Women's Boxing Archive Network. Okay? Been around for 25 years. Been when where they ass was at when we was doing it. She was there front and center. Okay? These young bras and these wet noses don't know about Sue. Okay, but we're going to keep we're going to keep Sue on our shoulders because she keeps us on her shoulders, and we want to keep promoting, and we want to keep uh, loving the sisterhood that we have. And I, like I said, I I intend try my very, very, very best, because Sue did offer. She did invite me to this. Um, to the one this year, but I got obligations and I couldn't make it. But let me tell you something. Listen, when I get in that building, listen, I'm here. That's what you want to say. Yeah, I might listen. Talking fight probably will be there doing the show from there if she'll let me. Yeah, Sue always, me. I gotta ask Sue. She sometimes give me what I want. We'll see if she'll allow me and my talking fight crew to to do my show from there um, next year. But our scarf one says Sue is amazing for what she does, especially at her age. I'm telling you, she's been amazing. Like when she first started, like you seen the picture of her, a young gal at that time. It's hard to be a young gal behaving badly. Okay, and you can see it in her face. I think she's a police officer. So I mean, she ain't no. You see, don't let the don't let the cute face fool you now. Okay, she she rough. Okay, but she understands us, and she takes us with all the pimples and bumps and bruises and stuff. We could come to her and she'll tell our story, and that's why I just love this woman, and I love the people who have supported her throughout this time. Eddie, Wanda, um, Arnie. Like I don't even know all the names, but those are the people that I've known. Our scarf one says she's a retired police officer. So there you have it. And I got to end the show tonight, y'all, because listen, I got to pass this test tomorrow. um, so I'm going to wrap it up tonight, you guys. Like, subscribe, and share. It's always a party when we link up. Thank you, thank you, thank you for chiming in to my host, to my talking fight guys, to our scarf one. For sure. Ron, okay. Um, Michael Orr. Who else done chimed in? Women's Boxing Channel. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Because I've been absent for the past couple shows. Listen, I got some stuff going on. Okay. But I love that y'all always show up for your girl Sugar. Because when Sugar's here, listen, that I made the time. I etched out the time because I miss you guys. I love being here with you all having this conversation about women's boxing. I love that you guys allow me to be my silly, goofy self and allow me to behave badly and on my platform. So until next Wednesday, you guys, be good, okay? Be great, all right? Take care of yourselves and each other. Try your best. And yeah, I'm going to bring back this bar, okay? Just know every opportunity that you get, you rock that shit because it's your last opportunity until you get the next one. Okay, so until I have the opportunity to meet up with you guys next Wednesday at around 7:30 p.m. Okay, I hope I rocked this show tonight and y'all got something out of our conversation. Okay, you guys check out my people on the rest of the talking fight, the rest of the shows on our Talking Fight channel. We got some good going on here. Um, and let me know what you guys, or what then, leave comments down below. I want to know what y'all want to talk about on here. Okay? But until next Wednesday, you guys, Bye bye.